Can you imagine eating a sweet and savory scone? Well, today we are making these apple cheddar scones that are simply perfection. Let's make them together. First thing we need is a large bowl. Into the large bowl, we're going to add our dry ingredients here: flour, baking soda, baking powder, and salt. Now we add in some sugar, just a small amount. Now we whisk our dry ingredients just to combine everything. Now we set this aside for just a second. We're going to need a bowl. Now what I have here is some butter. I put it in my freezer last night so it's completely frozen. Now you can definitely place it just for a few hours and that should be enough. And now we're just going to grate our butter. I find that this gives our scones much more flakiness, so I prefer to do it this way. Make sure you get all the butter that's inside, because some might get stuck, so get it all out. All right, so I'm going to place this in my freezer just while we chop up our apple. Now we're going to chop up our apple. I'm using a Honeycrisp here today. It is my favorite kind of apple. Just make sure you give it a really good rinse and clean it well. I'm not peeling my apple here today, so we are going to keep it that way. You want to make sure that you chop your apples into small pieces. This looks perfect. Now we're going to set this aside and we're going to bring in our wet ingredients. Now what I have here is a mixture of milk and a heavy cream and an egg. So I'm just going to mix them together. Whoop. Give them a good whisk. Just whisk till you no longer see any egg. So this is perfect. Now we bring back our dry ingredients. Don't need our whisk anymore. Now we're going to add in our butter that we shredded. And just with a pastry cutter, we are going to incorporate the butter with the flour. You'll know you're done when your flour looks like this and it has little clumps of butter all throughout. So this is perfect. Now we're going to add in our mixture of egg, milk, and cream. And now we are going to mix until it's all combined. I'm just going to bring it together with my hands. Now we're going to fold in our chopped apple. We are also going to fold in some shredded cheddar cheese. I know it sounds weird, but just trust the process. It's gonna be delicious, I promise you. And now you just want to incorporate everything together. You can do this with a spatula if you prefer. You don't need to overwork it, just try and mix it throughout the batter and that is good enough. This looks perfecto. Now we're going to sprinkle some flour on our counter, just about a tablespoon or two. Wow, where's that coming from? Oh my goodness. Now we bring back our dough. We're going to roll it out and then fold it in just to try and get the flakiest biscuits possible. Just make sure that you flour your surface, very important, just not too much. So we're going to fold it over and then fold it over again. Okay. I'm just going to place another sprinkle here of flour. So you want to form a round disc about 7 to 8 inches round, and then we are going to cut them. I like to have about 3/4 to 1 inch thickness for each scone. Now we are going to cut our scones into 8 triangles. Now you want to prepare a cookie sheet with some parchment paper, and you also want to preheat your oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. So now I'm just going to place my scones here on my prepared cookie sheet. Sometimes I like placing an egg wash on top of my scones, but today I'm just going to use some heavy cream, and we are going to brush each scone. These look great. Now I'm just going to sprinkle some sugar on just a few of them so we can see what they taste like with the sugar on top. Now we place these into our preheated oven at 400 degrees Fahrenheit, and we're going to bake them for about 18 minutes or until they are puffy and golden. Make sure you leave some space between them because they might get stuck together. So let's get to baking. My scones baked for exactly 18 minutes. These are gorgeous. They are golden. They are plump. They're simply perfection. We're going to let them sit for a few minutes and then we are going to try one. We are ready to give these a try. Oh, they're still so hot. So hot. These are divine. The sweet and the salty is perfection. You need to make them. You're gonna love them. I'll see you in the next one.